So welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about implementation by the NMC of the changes to English language test and requirements for overseas nurses and carers in the UK who are obviously nurses or midwives back home. So I've had many people sending me questions and saying, Melvis, when is the NMC going to implement all these changes? Because they had obviously done a consultation last year and said it was going to be 2023 from where the changes are obviously implemented. So if you're new to the channel, it's a privilege to have you on here. If you're a returning subscriber, I do appreciate your time. And I hope that obviously you're implementing all these things that I'm sharing with you, because that's what it is all about. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you, I've been in contact with the NMC, and so I'll be telling you what they have basically said to me when I've contacted them. And by the way, before I get started, I don't want to forget this. I've got a live session end of this month where I'm going to be talking about career progression in the UK. So if you're already in the UK, what can you progress into? What are some of the opportunities that you can progress into? Whether you're a carer, you're a midwife, you're a qualified nurse, what else can you do? If you're out of the UK, how can you move to the UK? What are some of the pathways that are currently available to you, to be able to move to this beautiful country? So if you want to join that live session, you need to check the comment section below. You're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, then obviously I'm going to be sending that information directly to your inbox so you can join that live session. The session is going to be on Zoom. It's not going to be here on YouTube. I will not make that video available on YouTube. So it's going to be a live session that you will need to attend and be part of that process. So check the comment section, join the newsletter, and you get that information sent to you once I've got that link set up. So thank you for that. So like I was saying, I did contact the NMC because when they did the consultation last year in 2022, they basically, by the way, in case you're watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, what are the changes that they said? I'm just going to do a brief overview of these changes, but I've done a whole video on what all these changes are in detail. So you want to watch that video after you've watched this one. So basically, the NMC has acknowledged the fact that many overseas nurses struggle with English language tests, IELTS, OET, to be able to move to the UK. And as you know, the UK is currently short of over 60,000 nurses. That's what the official figures say. But as far as I'm concerned, it's over 100,000 nurses. This is my own number, because when you go out in the field as a nurse myself, I work as a nurse. I'm an advanced nurse practitioner. I work for the NHS. I can see how people are leaving in droves. Many nurses are resigning every single day and leaving. So the whole thing that the 60,000 nurses, no, they need way more nurses than that. So they've decided to kind of ease English requirements so more overseas nurses can move to the UK. So what did they agree? They've agreed that if you're missing the required score by a marginal amount, that is 0.5 or half a mark, then, you can club those results. You can obviously, they've extended that time from 6 months to 12 months. Many people still don't understand what are the scores that you can club together, because I keep getting messages about, can I club these results, can I not? The best thing is check the examples that the NMC has given. They've given quite a few examples on their website on the type of results that you can club together. So the best thing is check on the NMC website, look at the examples that I've given, and then compare those examples with your own results. That is the best way, because I don't like to just look at results and say, oh, you can club this, you can't club this. No, you want to check the results that the NMC has given to 100% confirm, can you club them, can you not? So again, that time has been extended obviously from 6 months to 12 months. And also one important change as well is that if you're an overseas nurse working in the UK in health and social care, so it doesn't matter the role, whether you're in domiciliary care, you're working for the NHS, you're working for a private company, you're working in a nursing home, you can use your employer's reference to be able to register with the NMC. And that was from the 1st of January, obviously, 2023. So again, those references, there are so many conditions that you have to meet. One of those conditions is that you're supposed to have worked for that employer for at least 1 year. So that's 12 months, which means that if you came to the UK 3 months ago as a carer, obviously, you need to be at least that length of time to be able to use that opportunity. Also, the NMC has said that there's going to be a reference form which is going to be the same for everybody. Again, I've been in contact with the NMC to find out about this form. It's not yet available. They're still coming up with the form. So as we speak, the form isn't available. I haven't seen it myself, so we just need to wait. And the NMC said that they are currently in the process of setting up their systems to accommodate the new changes. So yes, they have said the changes are definitely going to be implemented from January this year, but they are still setting up their systems to be able to accommodate the changes. So which means that yes, if you've got those results ready, just keep them, because they're going to be implementing soon. As soon as their systems are set up, obviously we'll get to know. If you're part of my newsletter, then I'll immediately send you an email to inform you about that. If you're part of my private coaching program, then obviously we're already preparing those documents, we're already preparing the requirements, we're already preparing everything that is needed, so that as soon as the NMC is ready, then we can get started with the process. So this is for carers, this is for nurses, and midwives as well. Everybody that trains overseas but that needs English in order to practice in the UK. So yes, these changes are definitely coming into force. The NMC has confirmed that, but they're still setting up their systems to be able to accommodate these changes, because obviously sometimes there's a lot of work that has to be done on the back end for certain processes to go ahead. So we just have to be patient, like I've said. Once all of that is ready, I'm going to let you know. If you're part of my newsletter, then you will obviously be informed directly. I'll email you to say, oh, these are the changes, this is what it means, and blah blah blah. If you're part of my private coaching program, then we're already going through those requirements, making sure that we've got everything ready for when the NMC systems and everything is all ready. So you need to make sure that you check the comment section below, join my newsletter, because you're going to be getting that information. Also, there's the live session. Like I said, that live session, we're going to be talking about career progression, because look, as a nurse practitioner myself, I've had so many challenges progressing in my career in the UK, and I've seen many colleagues also struggling, because the truth is it is difficult to progress. Information is hard to come by. Many managers would love to support you, many colleagues would love to support you, but there's just no time when you're out at work. People have very little time to explain things in detail, to go through the depth of information that you need, and the follow-up as well that you need to succeed. Because look, career progression is not an episode, it is a journey. So I'm able to go through that journey with you here in the UK. So whether you're a carer and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what can I do? I've got many carers in the program. Many of them are transitioning into nursing, into other clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs. Because look, as a carer, the only thing you can do is not just nursing, you can do other things as well. There are non-clinical healthcare jobs that pay a lot of money, and they don't require any experience, they don't require any degree, they don't require IELTS and all that like nursing does, and you earn a lot more than being a nurse. So if you're a carer, these are some of the opportunities that are available to you. Even if you're already a qualified nurse, some of the nurses that I've worked with have actually gone on to take on even like remote jobs. So which is opportunities basically to work from home. You've got those as well. If you've got kids and you're like, oh, you need time, these are opportunities that you need to be looking at. So once the system is ready and they've officially and formally launched, I will be letting you know what the processes are. I'll also be getting this form, because the NMC said there's going to be a unique form that everyone has to use, because they don't want any bias. They've also said it's got to be a senior nurse or a senior NMC registrant that signs the form. Whatever senior means, they haven't specified, but this means that it cannot be a band 5 person, nurse or midwife, but it's got to be somebody that you've worked with. So you need to make sure that I can see nurses losing PIN numbers because they're signing forms for people that they haven't worked with. People should not be doing that, because I'm already having questions regarding this. If you're signing a form for somebody as a reference, say a carer who is in the UK but a qualified nurse back home, you need to make sure 100% that you worked with that person. If you have not worked with that person, you should not consider signing the form for them, because look, the NMC is 100% going to be checking all of those details. What will happen is they'll strike you off, you would have signed the form illegally, and they'll strike off the nurse that wanted the PIN number even before they ever get the PIN number. So you want to make sure that you're only asking for references from people that you've actually worked with. If you've not worked with somebody, even if they're a senior nurse, or you know somebody who's a senior nurse, don't ask them for a reference if you've not worked with them. Because the truth is, if the NMC finds out, both of you are going to be off the register. And you would be surprised, they will be finding out, because I can see so many people in a lot of trouble when this pathway is open. Because you're going to be thinking, oh, I know this person who is a senior nurse. Oh, I know this person who is a senior nurse. Why can't they do a reference for me? No, you need to ask for a reference from your employer, from somebody you've legally and actually worked with. And that is why I'm stressing on this particular fact. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I just want you to hit subscribe. If you've got any questions regarding this pathway, just leave them in the comment section. Or you can also use my newsletter if it's something that is private and you think, oh, I don't want to ask here on YouTube, which is open for everybody to see. Feel free to use my newsletter and ask, and I'll be able to see that and I can respond to you. Otherwise, just use the comment section and say, Melvis, I will implement. I want to see you implementing all of these. What are your personal circumstances? What are your expectations? Are you already in the UK? If you're in the UK, do you think your employer is going to give you a reference? Do you think they will not? What is your personal circumstance? Again, we can start discussing those things, because any challenges then can be handled before the process starts. You don't want to wait until the process is open and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? What's going on? No, you want to get ready now. You want to get everything ready. Like I've said, people that are part of my private coaching program were already kind of ready, just waiting for the NMC to set up their system, because like they said, they're currently setting up the systems to be able to accommodate these new changes. So you want to be ready. Opportunity waits for nobody. I remember when the carer pathway was initiated over a year ago, it was pretty easy to get jobs. So those people that took the opportunity then, they moved to the UK in no time. But right now, if you're currently applying for carer jobs, how challenging is it to get one? So that's what I mean. When there are new pathways like this, you want to be the first person to take advantage of it before other things begin to happen. So the main thing I'll say, the main word of caution is, first, get everything ready. So when the pathway is open, you're ready. Second, only ask references from people you've actually worked with, from your employer, not from friends and family who are senior nurses and senior midwives. So thank you very much. Keep watching the videos. Join the newsletter. I'll obviously keep you updated. If you like the content, just like the video, it lets me know that you're enjoying content like this and I should do more, because I only do videos for the questions that I'm being asked, because it's just easy to bring it here on YouTube where many people can have access to it, rather than answer to one person and it just stays with the person. So thank you. Keep watching and bye for now.